You might be able to fool other people. Other people might be patting you on the back. You might be ascending a certain ladder in life. But when you play small, and God knows, like, man, I didn't make you to be this. Most of us want life to get easier. Most of us want life to get to the place where like our problems just lie down. And I was thinking about the way that weights work this morning as I'm out for my run. And I was thinking about the fact that when you just keep piling on weights and piling on weights, like at some point you're gonna reach failure. If you just keep piling on weights and piling on weights after that, like you're not going to be able to lift it. And if you go into the gym expecting to be able to bench 400, 350, whatever it is, then your day one, like you're going to be overwhelmed. And a lot of us have gotten to a place in life where we just feel like the weights have just kept piling on, but we can't keep up. But sometimes we got to get to the place where we say, hey, I might not be able to lift that right now, but what do I need to do to get to the point to lift that? And some of the problems and some of the adversity and some of the barriers, some of the roadblocks in our lives have been put there so that we will become somebody different, somebody that the world needs, somebody that's going to be the answer to a question, somebody that's going to come along when people are in pain and when life is falling apart and when people have forgotten how to act and they've forgotten their manners and they've forgotten the things that they taught us in kindergarten because all we know how to do is war. We're going to have people that have the resolve enough, that have the resilience enough, that have the chest that's okay getting arrows shot at it because you've built up a sense of defenses, that you are okay standing in the line of fire because people need that. There are people right now across all types of aisles on all sides that need somebody to step up and be the grown up, to be the adult, somebody that's been through adversity, that's learned how to get to the place where, like, oh, I know how to lift the weights. Oh, I've figured that out. I've gotten to a place. I have trained myself for this. I am ready for this. So oftentimes we're lost and we look at the incongruence in life and we look at what's happening. We feel helpless and we feel hopeless. But if we feel that way, if we allow that to stay, if we allow the weight that's on the bar, that's on the bench to intimidate us over and over, instead of figuring out, like, oh, who do I need to be? Who do I need to be to lift this weight? Because people are depending on me. And if I don't do anything, my life is going to stay the same. My problems are going to stay the same. I could try to duck my head in the sand, but how is that going to help the people that I love? Up, down, sideways, it doesn't matter. Your parents, your brothers, sisters, your cousins, the people in your circle, the people you spend time with the most, your kids. How are you going to make the world a better place for them? Or are you just going to throw your hands up in the air and say, hey, it's not me? You were given something special, given something unique. And when you operate in your optimal niche, when you operate in your sweet spot, like, you offer the world something that nobody else can. So stop playing small. Stop just settling. Stop being complacent. I was thinking about C.S. Lewis' story today about the boy and his horse, and there's this kid who's born in a land that's not his. He doesn't know it though. He's raised in that. Like, he thinks that's how it is because the people around him said, "Oh, this is fine. This is normal. This is where you belong." He did not belong there. There are some of us that need to find the place in our mind where we realize, I don't belong here. This is not the world. Like, this is the life that I've wandered into, whether it's vocationally, whether it's how you interact with other people, all of those things. Something needs to die to answer the call that's within you. What is the call that's within you? What is it? What is it? Only you know this. Only you know. And that incongruence, that sick feeling in the pit of your stomach that something's not quite right, that you're not quite who you're supposed to be, that you're playing small. That you're playing small. Something knows that. Something knows that you might be able to fool other people. Other people might be patting you on the back. You might be ascending a certain ladder in life. But when you play small, and God knows, like, man, I didn't make you to be this. You're great at it. You could do it with your eyes closed and two hands tied behind your back underwater. But there is something that I'm calling you for that only you can do. And it might be scary, because it's a road you haven't traveled yet. It's something that is outside of your comfort zone. It's something that's going to put you in a place where you might be doing really well right now, but you're going to get to the spot where you're a learner. You're going to get to the spot where you're venturing into territory. You're stepping out on the water like what Peter asked to do. You're like, hey, if it's really you, Call me onto the water. He's calling you onto the water. Spirit, lead me. Spirit, lead me. In a place where you don't know what's going to happen, it does not take faith. It does not take any confidence in God to operate like you've been operating your whole life, to play it safe. So be the one today for you, for the people around you, for the people that you love, that's going to be who you're supposed to be, that's going to answer the call, that's going to step out into something crazy, into something dangerous, that's going to take risks, that recognizes that failure is not who you are. It is something that happens when you take risks, and that's okay. That it is a place where God will meet you. And part of that is understanding that it is not your identity. But in order to get to who you're supposed to be, you're going to have to go through some pain. And you're going to have to get to the place where you can lift those weights that He's been putting on your bar. They're there for a reason. Be who you're supposed to be. We're waiting.